Good morning, ladies. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to say good morning. I don't want to turn it all the way up because it tends to give me some feedback with when it's up all the way. So let me know how that sounds. Grab a cup and join me. Today's coffee flavor is Houston. I believe that's what I have. It's a box of coffee from Karen in Texas, and it's delicious. It almost tastes like it has a coconut flavor to it. Everybody's here. Like 20 people here already. Oh, I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much. Hope you're excited to do the socks. Deb already put the link out. I put a post up this morning for you to get the link. It is a tutorial. It is kind of a slow one, but you know, that's kind of why I picked it, because it is very easy. There's not a lot of cutting of the yarns. You can do it all, the whole pattern, and then cut your yarn. And then there's just a teeny bit of sewing. So we'll go over that. Good morning, everyone. The notification just went out, so that's great. Well, what I like to say about the sweaters, over 20 people were working on those sweaters. 20 finishes are in, I believe, 20. Unless someone just posted recently, I have 20, I believe. Nope, sorry, I lied. 22. Last night we had 20, and there were 2 more that came on last night. That's great. So we'll be drawing for the winner of the sweater today, right here on the live. I just was working on this scarf for someone, and I've done this scarf before. And somebody, well, actually, I was doing it in one of my classes. I gave everyone that joined the class a cake of mandala. And we did the free pattern. Let me read who it's by now. At the time, it was a free pattern from Adrian Lash. That was her name and her pattern. And at the time, it was free when I was doing it. Well, the lady worked on it for probably about 2 years now. And in her bag was this cake of mandala, all tangled up. So she brought me the bag and she said, "Can you finish my sweater for me?" And I looked in there and thought, you're going to have to, I'm thinking, I'm going to have to untangle all this yarn in order to finish this scarf. But my husband decided that he would help me. So he did a really great job of untangling the rest of that mandala. And I do believe the band is gone, and I don't have any of this colorway out. So I think it's Warlock. You can tell me what it is. As soon as you see the scarf, you're going to know. But so I have one of my little cake holders that Latoya sent me, and that's how much I have left. But as soon as I finish this, I'm going to give it to her. So I thought, why not bring it on the show today and let you see it? So the name of the scarf is Windowpanes, and it's by Adrian. It's not free anymore. It's a Ravelry pattern. She charges $5 for it. It's called the Windowpane Scarf by Adrian Lash. So you start on your mandala at, at the middle or whatever. And you just do every single color until you run out of yarn. And so she gave it to me half done, and it's a mess. And here is, and what I did when I made it was I made it an infinity scarf, and you could wrap it 3 times if you really wanted to. And yeah, so it's a really interesting looking scarf when you get done with all the colors. So that's what I've been working on this morning, trying to get that done so I could send it back to her. Now I got to untangle myself. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. All right. So if anybody is interested in that, the pattern is on Ravelry. It's called Windowpanes. So I will be finishing that sometime in the next day or so. And I probably will give it right to her. Today we're going to have a D-stash. And here's a sneak peek of what it is. And we have a pair of earrings this morning. Well, 32 in the room already. Cool. So what I thought I would do is I was going to draw this winner, the winner for the sweater first. And everybody already saw mine. I did put a little pony on here. And mine was done in the velvet yarn, so that tends to have like a, you know what velvet yarn does. It kind of like, it doesn't give as much. I think it's kind of, so where I even have a pucker here where this button is. So it's not my favorite yarn in the whole world to use, but I used it because I wanted to use it. So what I thought we would do is the first thing we would do this morning is draw a winner. All right, you guys. Hi, everyone that's just coming in. So what I thought I would do is I would go ahead and spin the wheel already, get that done for the winner of the sweater. There are 22 entries. The winner gets a cake or a skein of this Line Brand ice cream in the banana split, and one of my daisy stitch markers, which is a pink one. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw the winner right now. And if you enter any of my make-alongs or any of my giveaways, you need to have a United States address. They are all sponsored by me and only me. Need to be 18, subscriber to my channel, and I don't know what else. So I put all 22 names in the wheel, and I can blow this up a little bit so you can see it. And we're going to spin the wheel and see who wins. You do have a week to contact me if you don't see this right away. And just let me know in an email or a messenger that you were the winner, what you won, and your address, your physical address. So let's see who won. Come on. I can't see it. Probably can't see it either. Oh, that's why. Because it wasn't showing. So JC Shepherd won the crochet baby sweater make-along. Congratulations to JC. And I think I remember her saying she had never crocheted a sweater before. So that is awesome. That's great. Thank you so much for the compliments on my sweater. And everybody so like encouraging to everybody else. That's what's really great about the group. All of you put up your what yarns you were going to use and your beginning starts, and everybody was like, "Oh, I like that," and "Oh, you did great." And yes, this is why I'm doing it. This is exactly why. I'm already planning the next one in my head. Thank you so much, Jan. Thank you so much. You know that if you ever want to help me out with any shipping on any of the make-alongs and stuff, you can always do it here in Super Chat. And Annette even decided to help me out by sending me a couple things to use. So I'll be using those coming up in future make-alongs. All right, so what else are we doing? I want to get right into the new make-along. The pattern is posted. It is a tutorial. It is by Croby Patterns. Croby spelled C-R-O-B-Y. And it's a pair of socks. She makes it in a fingering or a baby weight yarn with a very small, thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much, you guys. She does a tutorial, and what I did was I made it in the Croby. Yeah, the Croby pattern is what it is, but it's called Easy Baby Socks. I made it in the Regia, which was this skein. This is how much was left after I made it. So there's one of these makes a pair. And this is Regia Baby Smiles. Very, very thin. Perfect one fine. And I did the first time I did it, I did the whole entire pattern, just like she tells us to do. And I used a Susan Bates D hook, very tiny. You could make them smaller by going down a hook size. But this one has the top, the full top is done. And what you do is you start at the toe with a chain of 7. And then you're going to work along your chain. And then at the end, you're going to do, I think it's 6. And then you're going to go back along your chain. So your whole chain is your toe. And that's easy. You're going to be working in the round after that, which actually is easy. However, when you get to round 3, she gives you a little, for instance, hint, tip, saying that working in the round at this point could make your seam get off and be jogged and not be straight like that. And I know one of the reasons that happens is because it's a half double crochet. And so I just unplugged. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. You don't have to do that, but thank you. Thank you so much. I unplugged because someone said there was static. I hope that the static goes away now. So at this point, what happens is you need to not start in the stitch that's directly below your hook. So when you chain 1, go to the very next stitch. And then as you come around completing your circle, the last one will go into the one that was below your chain 1. and then slip stitch to join your round. So therefore, what happens is now it stays straight. So it's almost like you're offsetting it by almost skipping one, but you're not really skipping it. You're coming back around later and then joining, and it does. It absolutely does work. So I'll probably be implementing that tip in my hats too when I do them. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, we can see you. Thank you so much. So that is my first pair. When you get to 8, what she does is she does 2 rows, and then she tells you that was the increase. Then she gets you up to 28 stitches, and then you'll do 8 rows of regular half double crochets, and your total will be 10 rows. At that point, you will do the heel. And what I like about this is you will start the heel on the first 14 stitches. You're going to half double crochet 2 together, work across, and then half double crochet 2 together. And I think it's, yeah, so 10, the 14 stitches. So then you leave the top until later. And then you will come back and forth until you don't have anything but 2 stitches left. And then you'll increase for the other side of the heel. And that is so easy. At that point, you will have this flap, and you haven't cut your yarn yet. And then you come back and you start back at this point, and you join back in and do the cuff. And at that point, you will have 2 little breaks where you had not sewn together, and you'll come back later and sew it together. And that's it. So I am excited to see how many of you are going to be able to finish this pair in 2 weeks. I'm going to give you 2 weeks. And then how creative you can get with it. Now, this is just one skein, one color, and this is how it came out. It happened to stripe on its own. It's cool. And yet this skein and this came out to be at least 6 months, 3 to 6 months size. And I just used one color. So now if you took and you did like the toe, the 2 rows here, and then changed color and did that part with a second color, you could do the toe color in the heel and then change again when you started back up. So your toes and your heel and your cuff could be a contrasting color. So that's an idea. Do it the first time in a solid, and then the second time I grabbed up some of this wool-like, and this is a beautiful acrylic yarn, so you can wash it. It has a little bit of nylon in it, which is perfect for socks. It is a 1 fine, and you probably can get about 8 pairs of socks out of this. I again used the D hook, and while I was working on this one, these mini make-alongs are patterns that I'm asking you to do. The challenge is to take that pattern and make it your own. I realize that there's a million sock patterns out there, and you might want to do those sock patterns. And I have other places for you to do those. In fact, you could do a sock pattern of your choice and put it in the cuddle along, but this one is going to be for this pattern. Okay, so I went ahead and I used the wool-like. So what I did is I went ahead and made a pattern. I mean, this pattern, I did this pattern. And the wool-like. Only this time I didn't do the whole entire top. I stopped at the ankle after 3 rows and I added on a little cuff with a contrasting color. So I added some baby Lulu from Yarn Bee, and this one you can find in Hobby Lobby. It comes in many colors. It's very fuzzy and soft, and I got a really nice border from it and made it really soft and fuzzy. So there's an idea of changing this pattern up. And then I also suggest that if you want to doll them up even more, you can add a little button on the ankle. And there's a little ladybug, and she happens to be purple. So yeah, that is a little bit smaller one. Now this yarn made it 3-inch sole, so that is definitely a newborn size. So that's what I mean by make the socks your own. Let's see what you can come up with. So that's the challenge today, and I hope you enjoy this pattern because it's very easy. You could do 3 pairs of these up, put them in your Etsy shop as a 3-pair set rather than try to sell one at a time. So I'm liking this, okay? So what do we have for prizes in this sock along? Well, I decided to bring out a real dark skein of the wool-like. The colorway I used was the lavender one. But this one is called Purple Violet. So you have a choice. If you win the sock make along and your name is drawn, you could win your choice of either this dark purple or the 2 skeins I have left of the Regia that I did not use. So you have your choice. And what I'll do is I will add a stitch marker to this giveaway, so that way you'll have one. If you try this pattern out, the heel will surprise you, I think. I'm going to pick out a purple one today because we're doing purple. And so I picked out this lavender one. I'll put it on the yarn, and that way you can see it better. There's a daisy. So that's going to be the choices, and we will draw for a winner in 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks. You can make as many socks as you want, but your name will get into the drawing absolutely once. If you make a second pair and you want to enter those into the cut along, that's great, but no double dipping. Make one item, post it in one make along. So today we're going to give away some jewelry like we usually do. And this one is a pair of earrings. I used to be a paparazzi consultant, and then I think you could. I think you absolutely could, Bev. You can make that an adult pair of socks. You could. You just have to start with a little bit bigger of a chain and work your way across. And maybe we'll do that. Okay, so the way that the jewelry works is if you're interested in winning this pair of earrings, I'm going to show you from my inventory of being a paparazzi consultant. What you're going to do is Deborah is going to mark the chat right now, And then you will put in the word jewelry to try and win this pair of earrings. And I'm going to show you about how long they are, dangle-wise. They are gold in color. They are lead and nickel free. And they have these plastic back earrings with the wires, plastic backs. And so right now, if you would put the word jewelry in the comments, you will be entered in to win a pair of these beauties. Give you a minute to do that. Ooh. Wow, 45 people in the room. Thank you. After the minute is up, what happens then is Deb goes back in the back. She counts how many people are entered, and then she spins a wheel and draws a number. And whoever that is needs to have a United States address. Get a hold of me within a week telling me that you won the jewelry, and I'll send it right out to you. Okay, it's been a minute, Deb. Then after she picks a winner, she will tell us how many entries there were, and she will tell us who the winner is. Also, I would like to take this time right now to mention that the brackets are starting to fill up finally. What are the brackets? They are a game I'm doing on my addictions videos. And this is the bracket board. So if you're interested in how this game works, don't forget to pop in on one of my addictions videos. And there's usually a giveaway. It's a hidden giveaway. We ask that you don't use the word giveaway in any of your comments. And that'll keep it to just the people that are following every week or all the time. And we are drawing for the giveaway and also giving you a number in the brackets. So that, well, if you're here, Katrina, a lot of times I don't read the chat, but at this moment I happen to catch that you did. Usually I do the show with just a glance at the chat until later on, and then I look at the chat and answer questions. So the make along is about the socks today. The coffee that I have is a Houston blend sent to me all the way from Texas. One of the girls here sent it to me, and it's really good. It almost tastes like a coconut blend. Oh, wow. Everybody's due. Everybody's having babies, and it's going to be great to make these. Okay. So what I was talking about was we were doing the brackets. We already had a spin-off in the brackets once. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you so very much for that super chat. I really appreciate the help. I do a lot of make-alongs, a lot of giveaways, and your money will go to shipping. So thank you. Deb says there's 24 entries. Oh, and Linda says she's having a grandson again. So yes, I do not read the chat. Not constantly. No. I'm looking to see what I brought out today. And I brought out something interesting to share with you. Now, I ordered 3 of these books because I make all the baby things, right? Just constantly. So I wanted to have, one of these books because I thought, oh, I don't have it. And I started knitting and, oh, I got to have it. Well, when you order these, you don't always get to see what's inside. You see the outside and think, oh, it's got patterns. I hope I like them. That's basically the way I look at it. So the good news is, are you ready? The good news is I got 3 of these. So I have 2 planned to be giving them away. Yep, I have 2 I'm going to be giving away. Not today. I'll be giving them away. One of them will be going in the cuddle along, and one of them will be going somewhere, maybe one of these lives. But I think it will be a grand prize. So who won? Did I miss it? Oh. No, I don't think I saw it, but I wasn't reading the chat. So I went ahead and I went through here and I put a couple of little stickies in here because I wanted to show you what was in here. And the first thing on the very first page is a whole bunch of these little socks. Of course, these ones are knitted, but look at, yeah. The winner is Nancy. Congratulations, Nancy. You won those beautiful earrings. So, yeah, they have like a beautiful striped sweater and some matching socks. Woohoo! I'm loving this. And then they have crochet sweater in here. So here I thought that there was a possibility I was getting a knitting book, and it turns out that it's a knitting and a crochet book. So that's even better. So I'm so glad I got 3 of them to share with you guys. So yeah, this is interesting. There's another crochet one. So I just had to bring it on the show today and show you. Here's a knit one. So then they added the knit booties. And I'm thinking I need to do all of these things. There's a toy. And this is great because they're full page pictures. You can really see the stitches. And I can show you because there's no patterns on these pages. Look at this blanket. It's gorgeous. I hope you can see this better today because I have new lighting. I have a new lamp in here. And I'm hoping that everything is coming out. Now, I know there's going to be some glare, but that's the way. There's a hat and a pair of socks. Another hat in another color. Look at the top of it. It's gorgeous. I got to make all these hats. Yep, got them. And then, I'm making this one, no doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, I definitely had to share this with you. Look at these with little pom-poms on them. I love this sweater. This one is great. And they use a lot of Baby Smiles cotton in here because it tells you the kind of yarn they use. There's another blanket. And this one is done in that like terry cloth stuff. Here's a crochet one. And crocheted booties to go with it. Yes. And I got this book when I ordered from, which one? Schackemeyer. It was either Webb's or Lovecrafts. And something's telling me it was Webb's. But I will go back to the video that I open up this and I show you and let you know in the comments where I got it, because I know it should still be available. And it was very, very reasonable. I'm talking like, I don't know, $2.99. That's a short sleeve one. Okay, and I think, let me see here. It gives you nice baby measurements in here. Yeah. I just managed to break the seam on the one page. That's all of the patterns in there. But oh my gosh, how beautiful that is. I would love to do a make along that's a knitted sweater with y'all, but I'm afraid that only 3 or 4 of you would join that. So we'll wait until we build up a little bit. I know sometimes you might not be able to do a make along that I do, or you might not like what I'm doing, but the beauty of it is I do many make alongs, so you can always skip 1 or 2 and then join in on one when you see one that's like down your alley. How's that? All right, Deb, I would like to do this giveaway from Christi's Closet today. We are destashing. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like these. It means I want to share them. Sometimes I'll say I use this and this is what's left of it. I don't want to give the rest of it away. And it's because I don't care for it. And other times I'll just say, hey, I got this new yarn and I want to, I want you to try it too. So Deb's going to mark the chat again right now. And we are going to talk about this ice yarn. It comes in a donut. And this one is, are you ready? It's got a halo. Okay, so we got a light 3, 120 meters, and it's called Genius Mohair. And it has 23% or 21% mohair, 13% wool, 39% polyamide, and 27% acrylic. And thank you for your input on there. So we're talking mohair now. Let me pull a strand out so you can see that you're not going to lose this mohair. You're going to be able to see it right on there. And it says it's a 3. Well, it's only a 3 because of the mohair. It is very fine. You could take a regular yarn and match it up with that. And you are going to, okay, we're going to say ice yarn now because Debbie marked the chat. So if you want to win this ice yarn, say ice yarn now in the comments, and you have a minute to do that. So what I would do is I would match this up with, say, an orange, and it'll help mute that orange down. And I think we will be doing something like this in the future, where we take a yarn like this and make a hat and try muting down the colorways. So this is a rust and a brown and a cream, and it's just gorgeous. And I have 2 of them up for today. So if you'd like to try and win this ice yarn, make sure you put ice yarn now in the comments. And I've got a couple more seconds to go, and we will have Deb draw for that. 51 people here. Thank you. Hope y'all got a thumbs up too. Apparently, if you have a thumbs up and stuff like that, you get seen in the suggested videos to other people who are not, subscribers yet. All right, Deb, go ahead and mark the chat again. We'll give away this beautiful ice yarn to somebody. I have more of these, so I thought I would just share 2 of them, and then we'll use them sometime, like I said, in the future. It's going to be great making hats with that. What I was going to say about that, Shara asked, could you make just about anything with this? Absolutely. This has I said before, 120 meters. So what is that at like 125 yards? If you want to buy this yarn from Ice Yarns, it's called Genius Mohair, and I'm sure it's some mohairs like this available still. And it comes in a bag of 10. So you end up with what, 1,000 yards of it when you buy it. You cannot buy it singly unless you get lucky enough to find it from that lady that we'd say that she has an Etsy shop and she has ice yarns in it. And I forget who her name is, but yeah, that you could probably do an amigurumi with this, because this is very similar to the yarns that Kim used on a couple of her amigurumis. But she still paired it with another yarn. And that gave her the fuzziness. Oh, wow, you found some ice yarn at Goodwill. Wow, that's crazy. Can't believe someone would give it away. But then again, people give it away because they don't use it and they inherited it or something like that. There were 29 entries into the yarn. Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm always talking about you, Kim, and your ears are ringing, right? I do like to welcome my one partner here today. She did her very first tutorial for a basket yesterday and uploaded it. So if you haven't seen that, go over to the Crafty Nomad channel and check out Kim's tutorial. She's using beads and crochet. So you guys congratulate Kim on her very first tutorial. She did have a pattern written before, but this is actually a tutorial. So great going. I'm looking around to see what I brought out today. And I didn't bring out a heck of a lot. Nope. Let's go back to the socks. I'd like to know if you have any questions on this socks. Any questions at all on the socks? There's one of my pairs of socks. I did a shorty pair. And the other pair is the regular size with the regular size cuff. So if you have any questions on the socks, ask me now. Forever hold your peace. No, I'm just kidding. The winner of the ice yarn is Lori Gray. Oh, another partner. Congratulations to Lori. She hasn't won anything on the live before. No. Well, that's great. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up the comments to ask me anything within reason. And let's see what I can get myself in trouble with today. Woo! Throwing them on the floor. Of course. Yep, you are, Stephanie. Stephanie's another one of my partners. Got a lot of them. Partners in crime. So, you definitely are going to have to try this sock pattern, and it doesn't take long. I usually make one in about an hour, and then you can set it down, take a break, and make the other one. So what I did this one in is the wool-like. And, you know, the wool-like comes in lots of colors. I mean, you could do cuffs in one color and the actual body of the sock in another color and mix them up. And they've got cream and they've got white and they've got lots blue. How many horses do I have? I have 2 at my house. Yeah. 2 out back. They have their own field and their barn and all that here. However, my mother has another 11, 10, 10, and it's only down the road a mile and a half ish. So it's very interesting what goes on down there. You guys are talking about driving that bus again. They're always driving that bus. They were driving that bus the other day. Yes, that's what I use. I always use something very, very soft. And I used the Yarn Bee, and it's called Lulu, and it's very inexpensive, and you get a whole big, huge skein, and it's fun fur, but it's very easy to use. I really like this. It comes in a 259 skein yardage wise, and it's a 3 light, and it's polyamide and acrylic mix, so it makes it very, very soft. So how many dogs and cats do you have, and what are their names? I have one little tiny miniature dachshund. She is my husband's dog, and she is 8, going on 9 this year. And then we have one lab, one chocolate male lab left. We used to raise labs, and that is the last of our family. And he's big. He's a big guy. His name is Dreamer. He had a mate, and that dog, and the female, was named Sonyador. And if you ever remember the movie Dreamer, it is a horse racing movie, and that's why the male was named Dreamer and the female was named Sonyador, because it means the same thing. And they were supposed to be mates, only she was a very sickly dog, and we had problems, and we didn't get a litter out of her, but that was the intention. I have a couple of barn cats that live outside, and they take residence in the barn, in the hay, in the crawl space, under the garage, places like that. They don't have names. They're just barn cats. Do you think I could trim my socks using the wool like for the body of the sock? Oh, absolutely. Now, here's the tip. When you are working along in a D hook and a 1 fine yarn, and then you want to border or do an edging with a 3 or a 4, what's going to happen is now your stitches, your 28 stitches, are going to blow up, and your edging is going to be bigger than your sock. So we're not going to use the 28 stitches. What I suggest you do is use the same hook, but do like 3 stitches and then do 2 together. Do 3 stitches and then 2 together, or do 2 stitches and 1 together, because that way it'll draw your 3 or 4 weight yarn down on your sock, and it won't look out of whack, and it will still hug their ankle and not be like expanding at the top of the sock. So there's your tip for the day for that. Linda has a dachshund too. He's 17. Oh my gosh. Yes, Teresa. We have a baby horse that was born a week ago. And usually every year we have 1 or 2 born. And we have another one that is due any day. So we have 2 babies coming this year. Also with this pair, they're long enough where you could actually roll the top of the ankle down and make a shorty sock that way too. When you do this, this strengthens your cuff, so that way it will also hug the ankle better and help stay on. Babies like to kick, and what they do is as soon as you put those booties on, they kick them right off. So if any gentle hugging is added by making this a double, it will help keep them on better. And at this point, you could actually add a button on this side and make it cute that way too. Yes, I do ride them. I never stopped riding them. I just took a short break and things like that. I don't go out every day and ride, no. But I can. I ride. I've rode horses since I was a very, very young baby. Because it's so every day in my life, I don't think it's a big deal. I just, it's like almost, it's a chore. It's a chore to go out there every day and take care of them. And then when I'm asked to go down and take care of anything down at the other barn, it's like a bigger chore yet. So, I don't know. I do have a plan on what we're making next. So after the socks, if you're not interested in doing the socks, that's absolutely fine. But it is a kind of a diversion. It doesn't take long. So if you start out and you think, this is not for me, well, that's fine. But it won't take you long to make a couple pairs of these, and then you can go back to making your pineapple squares for the yearly make-along. Every year I always have to pop a perm in, because otherwise it wouldn't have any wave at all. There needs to be a body perm in there. So I did Thursday. I got it. And I don't like it the first week. It's too curly. But if I don't do it, then I don't have any curls. So thank you, girls. So I did pick out what we're doing next time. So if you're waiting for the next one, that's okay. And we are going to be working on a hat. It's a special hat that I've done a couple times, and I really like it and enjoy it. And I know that you're going to probably like it too. I probably won't do that here. No, I might do it on my Facebook page or something. I have sent some film of the horses and stuff to my girls in the knit group, but I probably won't, because I try to keep everything fiber related on the channel. Yep, see, it's just a little bit too curly and too kinky when it first gets done, but I wet it down this morning to soften it just a little bit, because it's crazy. Any other questions? Anything else that you'd like to see on this channel? Thank you. Oh, I don't know how many of you are Top Gun fans, but I absolutely love Top Gun. Always have, always will. And so I've been waiting for the next Top Gun movie to come out. And my daughter knows that. So she went ahead and bought me a Top Gun shirt to go with it. So who wants to be my wingman? Oh, do I wash baby items before I put them in my Etsy shop? No, I do not. There is an exception, however, to everything, right? I have taken the blankets and a lot of times and thrown them into the washer and dried them before I sold them. Oh my gosh, Sherry. Bye, Joyce. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. All of that help for mailing is great. Thank you, Joyce. And what is that? Pineapple doily. She made 14 of them, so she doesn't think she's into the pineapple. Well, I gotta pick up mine and make my 4th one. This is April. I should be making it. So here's the blanket that we're all doing. And I haven't blocked mine yet. But that's your pineapple yearly make along here. And I just pulled a winner for the 2nd random giveaway on that. And one of the girls, Latoya, won, and she got some Angora yarn to try. So that was cool. See, that's, I know, it's like some of us don't have any body or anything. If I didn't do a perm, it would be so limp, you would think I never washed it ever. Thank you so much all for joining me on the live today. I hope you're enjoying all my videos, my crazy shenanigans with Kim, the Crafty Nomad, and then I'm turning around and doing something crazy with Stephanie now, and that's great. We have our own fiber cast. It's a no filter fiber cast, and I'm going to tell you what no filter means right now, because a lot of people are asking, what is no filter? Well, it means that when we don't like something, we're going to tell you. We're not going to put a filter on anything. We're going to tell you we don't like this. We use this, and this is the fail that we had, and this is not something I want to do again or use again. Whatever it is, we are not going to pretend just for the video. So that's what no filter means. It doesn't mean that we're going to go and swear every second, because we're not. And then, of course, I have a third partner that you've known about for quite a while, and that is Christi Cook from Tea Doddles. And we have a little make-along that we do too, and that is the, drawing a blank here. Help me out, girls. They have its own Facebook page. I can't believe it. Yeah, I have CRS today. Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge with Christi Cook. That is what it is. Thank you. I knew they'd come up with it. Thank you very much, Annette. Margaret. Thank you, Margaret. You are something else. I'm going to have to say goodbye here soon. So, yeah. Any other questions before I go? That's right, Lori. Thank you. I can't wait to see all your little socks. I hope you love this pattern as much as I do. I wouldn't have shared it with you if I didn't love it. So take care, all. And I'll see you next week. Oh, and I have an unboxing or unbagging, I should say, from my swap partner, Sandy, from Left is Right Crochet, and that'll be coming up this week too. All right, well, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye now.